Welcome to week 7 Vancleave Middle School. This week we got Peck Pirates versus the Vancleave Bulldogs. And seems like Peck Pirates have already, Vancleave Bulldogs have already scored. Feeling pressure around, but can't seem to hold the pressure there. With the ball going onto their side of the stadium. Seems like a rough time here. And Peck win this. They're already 1 point behind, but still beginning the match. They can potentially win this. When the Peck players got their boost going. Nice save. Peck seemed to not be approaching onto the Bulldogs side of the stadium. Playing it safe here. Really seemed to keep the goal in regard. Seems like they scored, tying up the score here. Well played by them. Maybe playing it safe is the way to go. Who knows? Immediately putting pressure, seeing if they can, although leaving their goal unintended, opening up opportunity for the Bulldogs, but the Bulldogs seem not want to profit off it, so they take an opportunity to take the ball back. And although the Bulldogs keep pressure on Peck, they keep the ball on Peck's side of the stadium. Our goal by year. Supported, assisted by one of the own Peck players. That's kind of surprising. Staying in the goal. And we get to the Bulldogs. Goal. Misses the first shot. And the second shot is missed. Peck leaving the goal wide open for a score by, I'm not pronouncing that name. I can't remember. Bulldogs. Peck playing very offensively. Ball goes absolutely nowhere. Oh, a surprise right there. Peck missing, but yet have a shot on goal there. Taken by the Vancleave Bulldogs. Come on to the Peck side. And it's a shot on goal, but a miss by the Bulldogs. Demolition by one of the Peck players. Giving an opportunity to get into the goal area. Although that opportunity doesn't come for one of the Bulldog players, comes in and takes the ball away. It's been some rough weeks for Peck here in the Rocket League. And they don't seem to be doing the best. But there is room for improvement. For example, ball game. I think it seems like it's showing ball here, which is weird. That is. Peck seeming to not be the best at getting back to their goal for keeping the ball out. But they seem to be pretty good at getting on top of the ball and really hammering out onto the opponent's side. Snark. miss by the Bulldogs. Close for a goal there.
60 seconds left on the clock.
Our goal by Bulldogs player. Peck keeping constant pressure on the ball and defending the goal. Tries to have an opportunity to go for the ball. Seems not to be able to do it. Our goal by one of the Bulldogs players, taking the score up to 1-5. Does not seem like a winning game for Peck here. And a win by the Bulldogs. Which will segue into game 2. Bulldogs already taking up onto lead here at the beginning of the game. Seems to be another score by the Bulldogs. Taking the score up to 0-2. Tie left on the clock. 3.141525. Back to the game though, and somehow Peck scores for rolling. It's impressive right there. 50 miles per hour. How does that happen? I don't know. I haven't seen something like that in quite a while. Very impressive. And Peck doesn't go for the ball, letting Bulldogs score. Good here for Peck, but they can still come back. Not quite sure what happened with the past 2 goals, but who knows. And another score. Peck needs to defend their goal, although not defending it. Peck seems to be leaving the goal very undefended and trying to take a heavy offense. The Bulldogs keeping a very heavy offense on Peck, not letting much happen. Another score by the Bulldogs. Not looking good for Peck here. 1-5 Bulldogs in favor. Peck shooting the ball at their own goal. What is happening here? Seems sort of like another goal, but no. Peck saves it and shoots into their own goal. Not looking good for Peck here. Peck keeping pressure onto the Bulldogs' goal. Can they get a score here? And it just rolls in. The Bulldogs just let it pass. Maybe slow and steady truly does win the race. Seeming to get onto the ball here. Can they take it all the way to the goal? But no. Bulldogs gets the ball. Bulldogs when they're trying to go for score by the Bulldogs. Bring it to 7-2. Not looking good.
Left on the clock.
30 seconds left on the clock. Doesn't look too good for Peck here. The Bulldogs running the ball back to their goal. Ten seconds left on the clock. And Peck defend their goal for 5 more seconds. Seems like we can. It doesn't get another goal. It's close. Win goes to the Bulldogs. 7-2. Going to game 3 here soon. It's going to be the last game, maybe. Who knows? Peck keeping pressure on the Bulldogs goal here with a score leading off in the game. Score is even right now. Peck keeping pressure onto the Bulldogs goal here. Opportunity here, and Peck misses the opportunity. Yeah, keeps the ball next to the Bulldogs goal. A close game here. If Peck wins this, they can come back and win this maybe. Potentially, who knows? Shot on goal by Peck, but saved by one of the Bulldogs players. Another goal by the Bulldogs. Ball heading straight for the Peck's goal for the Niners score. Score is now 1-3, and the Bulldogs. A goal by Peck. Bringing the score closer. Munching and crunching on Reese's Pieces. Peck with another score here, tying it. Trying to go and save by one of the Peck players. Looking pretty good here as they got the score tied up. Although one fumble can cause a loss for Peck, or they could win this if Vancleave fumbles. Peck taking a turnaround here.
Left on the clock.
Through 2 seconds left on the clock and is scored by the Bulldogs. Tying the score up. Now it's anyone's game. And going to overtime here for the Peck. Can Peck win this? Anyone's game right now. And getting closer to Bulldogs' goal. Can Peck defend the goal long enough to get a score here, or opening for a score? It's all they really need. Or will they fumble this in the Bulldogs' score? Anyone's game at this point. It's been a very intriguing game after last match. Peck gets a hold of the ball, and then Bulldogs take it back. Close to the score there, but Peck saves the ball from going to their own goal. Although it's a score by Bulldogs, finishing off. Well played by the Peck and Bulldog players.
Goal to